take two. Hi everybody, it's me again. Okay, I'm just gonna say it again. Let's be crystal clear. I am not driving this car. You can see I'm in the passenger side. Robin is driving the car. So I just want to get that out of the way. So if you are coming on my scope, I just want you to, or you're watching the replay, I just want you to know that I am not driving this vehicle. So I am a passenger. I'm a passenger. So my name is Leslie. I do a show called Lunch with Leslie. I do it every weekday at noon Mountain Time. Sorry for the bouncy. I do it, hi Janet. I do it noon Mountain Time, and this week I have been talking all about organics, and today I want to talk about those budget busting organics. And I apologize if my signal isn't well. We are traveling down the highway at 80 miles an hour, so our speed limit's 75, so we are speeding, but not terribly. So we are on our way to the airport. Hey Hayden, we are on our way to the airport, and we are leaving for Hawaii tomorrow morning. We're actually on our way to Vegas tonight to see some friends, and then leaving for Hawaii tomorrow morning out of Vegas. So everybody, the first thing I always hear when people are talking, thank you, I'm so excited. Hi Jody, I'm glad you're here. Jody, I've got your name right? I want to make sure that I'm saying your name right. I tried to remember it. I am having a great Friday. Yeah, it's 12:08. I'm a little late because I had a technical problem. So I feel like I should have put my phone on my tripod in the car so I would have been more stable. I apologize for the bouncing around. So when I'm coaching somebody and okay, all right. I just want to make sure that I have your name right. So when I'm coaching somebody and we start talking about healthy choices and responsible choices, one of the first things that I ask them to do to make a change with is changing from conventional produce and meat and dairy to organics. And oh good, I'm glad it's not bouncy. It looks bouncy to me. And the first thing that they say to me is that I can't afford it. It's so expensive, I can't afford it. And I agree, it is expensive. It's more expensive than conventional, but there's a reason for that. And I'm going to break it down for you today, and I'm going to give you some tips on that budget busting organic theory. So, because they do not have to bust the budget in order for you guys to be buying them. That's right. That's one of my tips, actually. Good deal. All right, so yesterday I was watching a scope with my friend Kimberly. Kimberly is That Organic Chef. You might know her. She and I are actually in a mastermind together, and our friendship grew out of, hey, welcome, it's good to see you. I see some new people here today. Welcome in. My name is Leslie. GoToKitchens.com is my business and my website. You can find more information there. So I was watching her scope yesterday, Kimberly's, and you can find her at That Organic Chef. I actually lead the mastermind. Yep. So I'm in a mastermind with her, and so I know Kimberly and I are very close, and we met in a program from, hi, welcome. We met in a program from Dr. Joshua Axe, who is one of my mentors, called Institute for Nutritional Leadership. Yeah, thank you. We are talking about organics today, organic foods. Hi. And so Kimberly and I were in that. So yesterday I was watching one of her scopes. Long story short, I was watching one of her scopes, and she was talking about bone broth, and she was making some bone broth and showing people, hi, welcome in. It's good to see you. Hi, Mary. And so she was talking about bone broth, and we were talking about, she was talking about organic and buying organic produce for it. And she used the theory, she coaches a lot of people. This is what she does for a living, actually, is she coaches people for weight loss and for better health just in general, and she's amazing. And she was saying what she says to people when they say that they can't afford it. And she said the reason you can't afford it is because you're buying it. Thank you for inviting followers. That you're buying your organic produce or any produce in general, and you put it in the refrigerator, and then you go eat at McDonald's. And that's why you can't afford it, because it's rotting in your refrigerator. And so yes, you are spending more money. Thank you so much for sharing. Thanks for all the hearts, everybody. So so you're not being responsible. You're being responsible in the idea that you buy the produce, right, or the meats or the dairies or whatever, but then you're just letting it be, and you go to the restaurants and you stop and get pizza and, you know, whatever's convenient. So yes, absolutely it is going to be more expensive if you do it that way. And I find that people do that a lot with produce and meat and dairy in general. Things that rot and spoil, they buy them with all the good intentions in the world. And I'm guilty of this sometimes, quite frankly. I will overbuy because something looked really great. And so I'll overbuy, and then I end up, and it ends up spoiling, and it frustrates me so bad when that happens. We just ate through our entire refrigerator this week. We had the most mismatched, crazy meals this week because we were trying to eat through our refrigerator before we went on vacation, and so because I didn't want anything to spoil, and so it was like crazy dinners and lunches this week. But so I just thought that was a really good point that she brought up, that you are buying foods with good intentions, but you need to further that intention. You need to further that idea, and that is a little bit about what we're going to talk about today. So I will tell you right off, you're right. Organics are not cheaper. They are not going to be the same prices as conventional, and there's a lot of reasons behind that, and I'm not going to go into all those reasons today. But I know that they are more expensive. I'm not the crazy girl that says, oh no, they're close to the same price. They are not close to the same price. They are more expensive, and I understand that. But my question to you would be, isn't you and your family, aren't you guys worth the investment? Aren't you worth the investment of time and the money to have a better, healthier life? I mean, just think about it that way, because it eats into my fund budget. I have to tell you, my grocery bill, when I started eating organics, our grocery bill, because Robin's sitting right there, our grocery, by the way, I am not driving, by the way, just, I want to say that in the middle of this too. I'm the passenger of this vehicle, but I did not want to miss my scope today. It ate into our fund budget, and our grocery bill went up, and we had to figure out ways to make it work. We had to figure out ways to make it so that we could afford the better quality food. And it was just, I made it a priority. It's a priority. I will tell you, when it goes downtown and you start, being diagnosed with diseases, you start having cancer in your body, you find ways to afford good food. Because I did the math today, and I used to spend about $80 a week, and I have to look down. Yeah, right? I'm about to do this analogy right now. I know you guys are so lucky in Europe and in the UK, because you guys pretty much are on the level with non-GMO and more availability of organics, and us in the US, we have not caught up to that, and we're catching up. We're getting there, but it's not happened yet. So I used to spend about $80 a week in the grocery store, and now I spend about $120 a week. Okay, but Robin and I eat all organic, so everything I buy is organic. I do not work through the organic priority list. It's pretty much, I don't buy it if it's not organic. So I'm the extreme end of this. So my budget went up extreme. So we went up $40 a week in our budget for that. So I did that. I did the math out. So that's $40, and this is for two people. Okay, so we're talking about two people here. We went up $40 more a week. That's $160 more a month, and that's $1,920 a year more. Now that's a vacation right there. But it was a priority for me. I can absolutely find ways to find that money. But I will tell you that I could have visited my oncologist 2.9 times. 2.9 times for that $1,900, because she charged $700 and something a visit. All right, so I had much rather spend that $1,900 on my food and not see my oncologist. Now, you can't eat organics and guarantee that you're not going to see an oncologist, but you are reducing your chances dramatically. And so I can tell you that it is worth the investment, because you are going to feel better. You're going to have more energy, which gives you more time to do things, and you're not going to miss that money eventually. It's just going to fold right into your budget. Yeah, you think it is? Okay. So here are my top 10 tips. I have 10 tips for you today. 10, not like 3. I have 10 tips. Okay, 10 tips to help you save money and still buy organics. The food tastes better. Absolutely. It is absolutely worth it. Yep, for sure. So number 1, here's my number 1 tip. The number 1 tip is that if you are eating at the top of the organic priority list, so the organic priorities start with dairy, then meat, and then produce. If you're buying those top 3 things, okay, then I want you to just think about especially in the produce, I don't want you to compromise on meat and dairy. Those 2 things should always be bought organically. You should be buying those in organics. And if you want to know more about that, go to Katch.me and you can watch. Hey, Maura. You can go to Katch.me, look for Go-To Kitchens, and you can see my meat and dairy episode this week, and it'll break it down for you and tell you how to buy meat and dairy. So we're not going to go through that whole thing again today, but meat and dairy should be the top of your priority. If you eat meat and dairy, some of us don't eat meat and dairy, but I mean, we do, but some people don't. So, but if you do, then you should definitely be, whoa, sorry, we had a hard break there. Hi, welcome in. Then you should definitely, hey, is that Aloha? Do I see that? Is that in your name there? Okay. We're on our way to Hawaii tomorrow. So you should be eating at the top of the priority list and forget everything else. Yeah, you stopped dairy. A lot of people have kicked dairy out of their diet. We have not done that, but a lot of people have done that, so for sure. The other thing that I want you to think about in this same vein is, I love Hawaii. I love Hawaii. Aloha. I know, I'm so excited. Cool. Yeah. Can't eat dairy. Yeah, some people can't, and that's okay. So, okay. So the other thing that I want you to think of in this vein is I want you to think about eating in season. When it's winter time in Colorado and I want strawberries and I go to look at the strawberries, they are expensive. They're expensive. So I want you to think about eating in season when you're thinking about managing your budget with organics. I want you to think about eating in season, because that produce that is in season is going to be less expensive because it's in season, because it's being made right now. It's not being shipped from some other part of the world to get you the strawberries that you think that you need to have right now. So if you want frozen strawberries, if you want strawberries in the middle of winter, go buy frozen. They're much cheaper to do it that way because they can store them and they last longer. So, or freeze your own. I buy enough strawberries to freeze my own for the entire winter almost for smoothies and stuff. So anyway, but buy in season. That's going to help you save some money. That produce is going to be less expensive, and the fruits and veggies are going to be less expensive if you're buying in season. My number 2 tip is I want you to actually have a plan. I want you to, absolutely. I want you to absolutely think about having a plan. Don't go to the grocery store and not have any idea what you're going to have for dinner and lunches and breakfast. You need to sit down, you need to take 10-15 minutes at your kitchen table, and you need to write a plan for your week. This is going to do 2 things. This is going to help your family stay on track, number 1, and you're going to be in control of what they're eating instead of just, everybody eating willy-nilly whatever's out there. But for the majority of the time, I want you to think about having a plan. So if you know that you have a soccer game with your kids or a football game, and you know that you're going to have to eat out that night, and so that means that